tell us all about your studio?
Well, it's almost done.
Okay.
It's been a 3-year, project of from the ground up, every little detail. But it's going to be a studio geared towards jazz.
Wow.
It'll be, it's a pretty large studio, 2,000 square feet. Just the studio alone. The space itself is larger, but I have some different artist studios and stuff that I built, to sort of kind of have a little community there.
Curious as to when did it start? When did you look and say, I feel very strongly that I need to do this?
I had just done a studio session where I had noticed that I was faster than the engineer that was doing the session, and I realized also that he had sort of ruffled the feathers of the violinists that were on the session. He'd sort of pissed them off.
Okay.
And I thought, I would never do that because I'm in that community. I'm one of them. That's like a lot of what goes into like making a great recording is the engineer and the demeanor of the engineer and what they understand, about the musicians. And being one, I feel like gives me a great advantage. And a lot of engineers are musicians as well, but they're not always jazz musicians. And so there's a little bit of a difference there. That I'm building is fairly large. I have like a large live room, and I have 4 separate booths.
Wow!
In addition to the control room. So there's a lot of isolation, but the live room is big enough to record a whole band.
Right.
So there's a lot of options. You can have any kind of group that you want, and it's all geared towards recording groups that need to record live. There's a lot of studios that you can record, like one thing at a time, and it's basically 2 rooms. There's a control room and a live room. But for jazz, you really got to have everybody there present at the same time playing. And so things that I've added into the studio that I think will kind of help the performance, like the lines of sight, like you can always, everybody can see each other, and there's a lot of natural light. A lot of studios don't have any like actual sunlight coming in. There's not any direct sunlight, which is bad for the instruments, but there's a lot of natural light coming. I love people's projects, and I've been engineering for a long time, so I thought it was time to like really, make it happen. So
you've convinced me that this is the place, because the whole thing with the natural light, not direct as you say, but just natural light.
Yeah.
Oh.
It actually bounces off it's like these huge buildings in Sunset Park, Brooklyn. They're right by the water, and but the light bounces off the building next to me into the space, so it's not direct. It's gonna be really beautiful. I think it'll definitely be open by the end of the year.
Just look for me, because at some point I'm gonna be there too, doing my thing.
That's great. Well, thank you for bringing your beautiful voice to the Kitano.
Oh man, I love this place. I love the Kitano, and I love Iris and the band and you and your drumming. I love it all, We
have a great time here.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Ms.
Thank you.
All right.